Hey, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Wrestling Guy podcast. I'm right here with my co-host today, the Butcher, who's busy checking himself out on the screen here.
It is true. They said the camera does add 10 pounds.
Oh, it added 10 pounds to your head.
Oh.
And we have a very special guest today. Would you like to introduce our guest?
Yes, we have the one and only, the lovely and the beautiful Miss Allie Parker. So let's give her a little hand clap. Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Totally, man. It's great to have you here. So how you been? What's going on in Nevada?
Nevada's good. It's nice and warm, parties, clubbing, gambling. That's what we do.
As long as you win some money, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
I know Anthony will love it out there. What's the temperature like? Is it like super hot over there right now, or is it like kind of mild?
It's nice right now.
Yeah. I think I'll be in the pool at the Mirage or something right now. That's something for sure.
So I'm going to ask you some questions real quick because we had a question from this past weekend's show from UEW here in East LA, and there was a certain group called Hate. I don't know if you've heard of them.
Yes, I've heard of Hate. They're so hateful. They're so mean and hateful.
Well, there was a question submitted for you. I'm going to throw it right off the bat right here. And they said, how did you feel, or did you even know that they were chanting for you at a certain member of the group?
That member actually told me that happened, and he was upset because I was jokingly, I posted the Kimoji, really just to make him mad. And he was pretty upset. He's like, I can't believe you did that, and now they're saying this and that, and it was an interesting talk. I got into trouble a little bit for opening my mouth, but what's new?
Well, the Front Row Mafia says you have they're saving you a seat in case you ever want to attend the show.
Oh, I actually I don't know. I'm gonna keep my mouth quiet, but there's some talks about that too. So we'll see, huh?
So you're gonna be a part of that mafia, that wannabe biker denim / Harley Davis.
I don't know. I can't say anything quite yet.
Okay, little tease there.
Something is rumbling.
Oh,
whatever.
Something's rumbling. Something's getting ready to go.
So you mean we got some hot boiling water going on right now, then, huh?
I'm planning to get some signs with this so that we can just really ruin his life. He'll lose him.
Oh my goodness!
Just don't pull a Melina and post his like a bottle of Cialis or something, okay?
No. You know what? I learned that the second you tell a guy something like this, it's over. Like they are hurt. Like here, I never would say that to anybody, but when you need to humble somebody, that's how you do it. You just hit him with a sorry, baby.
Well, I mean not to piss anybody off anytime soon.
Yeah.
Well, my rumors are true. Mine's is pretty tiny, so it's no big deal. So I don't brag about it.
I normally would never do that, by the way. It just happened. It's funny. Whatever.
Now you're wearing a Lucha Girl shirt, right? Is that tank top? Because the eyes give it away.
Oh yes.
They make pretty good beanies, like headlights.
Yeah, well, when you're not working with much, it helps to make it look bigger. So.
Allie, miss, you should come back to California.
Well.
Is that in the works, or are you gonna stay in Nevada for a while?
I was out there. I was living out there with my ex-boyfriend, so I probably not going to move out to California. There's a ton of guys that travel out there anyway, so there's really no reason for me to move there. Vegas is cheaper, and I have a way nicer apartment now than living in LA.
Right.
So really, I have everything I really need here. So.
No, where are you from originally?
Originally Orange County, California, and
then okay.
I've been in Vegas for well over 20 years. So.
Right on.
How did you get started in this crazy wrestling world?
Well, funny. I grew up in Orange County, and my stepfather is a worship leader. So we were in the church like every single day of our lives. Like we were only allowed to watch pro wrestling, WWE or F, at the time, and Disney Channel. That's it. Like,
Oh.
I don't know why wrestling, but maybe because he liked it. I don't know, but our big family thing was the pay-per-views would come up and we would decorate the whole house and like make cupcakes for WWF events, pay-per-views. So that was like our thing. So when I got into high school, I got kind of interested in boys and everything else. I kind of fell away from wrestling. And then from there, I met a guy when I was older who really loved wrestling. We connected, we started dating, and he wanted to train. So I went with him. I was just really into fitness and at the time, and he wanted to be a wrestler. So I went with him, and the promoter just kept bugging me saying, we need girls. And I'm like, well, no, I don't want to wrestle. I'm not a wrestler. And so I started watching the training, and I saw that it was just a really good workout. So I just initially started to just for the workout and, just to do something different. And ever since, like, when I started learning, I just really loved it. Like, I loved wrestling before, and then learning the inside and, like, being creative, like getting to do, just different stuff. It's awesome. I mean, I can't say, like, I have to say, people have made comments about me not being a great wrestler, but I never got into it to be in WWE. I started just because I liked wrestling and I'm a fan. So, I get shamed all the time for being the worst wrestler ever. But I mean, I'm just an honest person who's like, hey, I'm gonna try this out, and I like it, and I just do what I like. So there you go.
Well, don't feel bad. I think the worst wrestler belongs to Butcher right here.
Can't see his eyes, so I can't see if he's sad or not with that comment.
It's part of my gimmick. It just goes with the, just go with the flow.
It's to hide the tears.
Yeah. But I did have fun the time when we were in that Battle Royal over in Pacific in Huntington Park. And you know what? I was this close to throwing her out. But then some big meathead just got me from behind and threw me out.
You? Was that you?
That was me.
You know what? I'm glad he got thrown out by the meathead.
Oh, goodness.
Trying to put your hands on a lady.
That's right. You see, what kind of gentleman are you?
I was trying to escort her out nicely, but no. Unfortunately, this big lug came in here and just decided to throw me out, which happens to be a buddy of mine, so now I see his true colors after, and it's all black now.
All black everything.
So, when did you, how long have you been wrestling now?
I think in April it's going to be 7 years, I think, but maybe 6 or 7, something like that. I think 2010, so what are we in? Yeah, 6 years.
And how do you like the ride of it so far? I mean, with training, with some of the shows that you've done in the past, and then, of course, you have your ups and downs, you got your rumors, so with that comes with the whole package territory. How do you feel about it where you're at right now?
I thought what I was doing was going to be what I see on TV, and I didn't know anything of what I'm getting myself into. I didn't realize that so many guys would be interested in me, because I come from, like, sweetheart stuff, and, like, before that I was very chubby, so...
It's okay, a little wiggle doesn't bother, but that's okay.
I didn't have all this attention before, so it was like, getting into this, I learned along the way that guys are not guys. I learned that about guys. I learned about girls and how they say that, wrestling, I realize, is very shifty. It's, you cannot trust, just like Stone Cold said, don't trust anybody. And sadly, I learned that. I come from a place where you trust everybody and you're there to build people up and, help people succeed. And then this, I thought, was going to be like womanhood, like, yeah, we're going to get together, we're going to make good matches and really show. And I just feel like after this, it's just not that. And you get 1 or 2 people who feel the same way, but it's just, you really have to have your guard up. And I learned so many lessons doing wrestling. And then I learned, where I put up with a lot of stuff. I can handle a lot. And, it is such a great experience. And I've come a long way, but I realized if I started a long time ago, I would be way better off. It takes a long time to get it all together, I think, because I still am learning. I just did some stuff with Joey Chaos yesterday, and I always trying to learn, even though I'm not really going for the big time. I'm interested in it. It's not even that I want to be the best wrestler. I just have interest in wrestling, and whether it goes anywhere with I use the moves I've learned and whatever. I just like doing it. So.
How hard was it? Because you said you guys came from like a religious background. How hard was it for your dad when you told him that you wanted to get into the wrestling business? I mean, sure, granted he was a wrestling fan, but did he have any opposition to it?
Well, he was my stepdad, and we moved actually to Vegas because my mom and him split. So, but we kind of don't all get along. He's whatever. So I didn't really talk to him. I did hear through like other family that he thought it was really cool that what I was doing. So that's cool. My brothers, on the other hand, they make fun of me all the time. They're like, "You're the worst. You're terrible," and I'm like.
Your own little critique. The best ones are your family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could. Hey, look at Eva Marie. She still can't get the concept yet.
For some people, for some wrestlers, I'm not a very good wrestler. I was off and on, but I'll admit it's a lot of work. It's a lot of discipline. It's a lot of busting your ass, and and the more you practice, the more great it gets, the more better it gets.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm not trying to like that. I try to stay like I let everyone know I'm not great. I do what I like and what I feel like I can do better. And I'm definitely not a top rope like I'm not Candice LeRae. Like she's amazing. I love her, and I've said this before. I don't think she gets enough credit. She should be in WWE as far as I'm concerned. I think she's great. I think she's cute. I think she has everything you need, but for whatever reason, she's not there. But that's not me. That's not what I do. I'm all about Attitude Era wrestling, to be honest. I like bra and panty. I think it's the sexy girl thing is cute. I like comedy. Like I love gimmicks. I love that. So when people are like, "Well, you're not a good wrestler," but that's not what I'm going for. I'm going for entertainment. I'm going for being cutesy and funny and like, that's comedy. Comedy is really what I.
And you do a great job at it.
Thanks.
I wasn't trying to flirt.
Why are you always flirting?
I was just giving a compliment.
You only give compliments to the female guests. Why don't you ever do that?
Because actually they're nice.
Oh. All right, I'm gonna have to talk to certain people about you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you said when you started, they kept bugging you and bugging you. Were they bugging you to maybe become a ballet and then a wrestler, or?
I don't think so. I think that it was always to be a wrestler. I trained forever because it did not come natural for me. I'm not an athlete. I just am some random girl, and it took me forever. And then I have a big mouth, so in training I would get.
No, you don't have a big mouth.
Yes, I do. You can ask Tito Escondido about my big mouth. So, I remember specifically in training one time, I got I said something about me getting I should have gotten a Starbucks before training or something stupid. The trainer had just had it with me and made me do blow up drills around the ring the whole class. I didn't throw up. I think he was going for throw up, but I was like, no, I'm not gonna throw up, guy. But I learned my lesson to shut my mouth more, definitely.
And I know I'm just going back a little bit. Where did you start your training at?
Adrenaline Unleashed. That was out here. It's no longer out here.
Okay, and then from there?
Future Stars of Wrestling in Las Vegas. So FSW.
And then you started as a valet?
No, I started as a referee.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know that.
Near that. That was a curveball there, and I missed the catch.
Now you say you were chubby, which it's hard to believe because I hear all these compliments towards you about how gorgeous, beautiful. I don't want to say, I can't say anything because I don't want to get in trouble.
Which, not bad. Go ahead.
But did you find it? Do you find it difficult? Being so good looking to maybe be taken seriously, or you haven't experienced anything that way?
I think all women don't get taken seriously. I think we get a 5-minute match and they want us to bounce around and do whatever, and that's it. The problem is the girls that don't understand that. They think that, that's just what it is. And sometimes you get a little bit extra and you get to do something, but the reality is that's what it is. And I'm okay with that. I do know more than what I've done in those 5-minute matches, but that's just all we have usually. It's like one women's match, 5 minutes, 5 to 7, and that's that. And I always win the same way, by the way. If I win, it's not because I'm good, it's because it's a quick roll up at the end. And I'm like, can I have a thing, like, just ever? Like, can I be not just like, yay, you're just savvy and smart and you just got this one quick thing. Guys, I can do more than that, you know? But whatever. Not angry.
Not at all.
You know, I would ask you because the last time I saw you, I mean, you've always been in great shape. I mean, we could always critique ourselves that we're heavy, we're looking too big or too thin, but from when I'm looking at the screen right here, you're looking pretty chiseled. I mean, have you been like doing some push-ups? What's going on there? What kind of workout routine you been doing?
After the surgery, my kidney transplant thing, I dropped 10 pounds like in a week, and I was actually scared. I didn't know what it was. I didn't plan on dropping weight, and I didn't know why or what happened. I didn't know. I couldn't imagine after 1 week it would be all muscle, because muscle, I don't think it goes away that quick. So I lost a lot of weight, and then I don't know. I started looking floppy, and people were giving me a hard time about my ass being pancakey, and so I've been working my butt off to like do the things I hate, and that's what I do in the gym. I do like lunges and deadlifts, things I really hate to do. I do them just to be like, just to take it to the next level. I do what is it? The stupid what are the darn it? You jump and push-ups.
Burpees.
I hate them, but I do them all the time because it's like I want to see changes, and I'm just trying to like be healthy, so I don't really know what it is I'm doing exactly that's giving me a little bit more definition, but I'm kind of doing the same thing I was doing before, so I'm not really sure what's happening now. But I also know a revenge for like an ex-boyfriend to see me in good shape is not a bad thing ever.
Right. Now, I did not know that you had a kidney transplant, but how long ago was this?
So I donated to my brother. Actually, the majority of the time I've been wrestling, we've been trying to fundraise money for my brother. My brother is a juvenile diabetic, and the way your body works with type 1 diabetes, it just deteriorates over time. So he'll continue to have problems. So his kidney, failed, and then that he needed a transplant, and so throughout that time we had been raising money, and I mean I have old flyers and stuff from like wrestling events we put on, like charity shows for it, and then it came time to actually get on the list. He got on the list, and they said right away, like, hey, we want to test your sister first, and see if she can donate, because she's closest in age, so the kidney would be very similar, and he wouldn't have to get another one anytime soon, because with an older kidney he would have to get another one. So my thought process for this was like, sure, whatever. Like the whole time I was like, yeah, whatever. And realistically, I thought it was never going to happen. Even up until like the day before, I still didn't think it was going to happen, because the doctors were like, well, so many things could happen to where we don't actually do it. And so June 1st, I had a kidney. I donated my kidney to my brother. So.
Oh, what a good sister.
Yeah.
Bravo.
Thanks.
Now, did you know that? When I read that online, and it was all over the wrestling news websites, and I think it hit a couple of the mainstream media. Did you expect your career to kind of slow down or end at that moment? Because a lot of websites were reporting that your career would probably be over after that surgery.
Yeah. Well, and they told me I can't do any extreme sports, and so. It's really, I have one kidney, so I see this. So they basically suggest that I don't do the wrestling. So this is why I basically before was just saying I'm going to do custom matches more than anything, rather than live events, because custom matches I have almost all the control over what I'm doing. And then live events, sprinkle a couple a year maybe until I fizzle out completely. But it's kind of funny you say that, because a lot of people say that I only became popular because of the kidney transplant thing, and I think that's so funny. I'm like, hey man, you donate your kidney too, then you could get some, whatever. It's just kind of like, okay, yeah, whatever, guys.
Dumbasses.
Those are the,
Haters.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, keyword haters.
Haters.
Louise.
So, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say. So, what's going on right now in Vegas since you're over there? I mean, are you're in some involved with a little organization, or what training camp are you doing over there right now?
I'm kind of doing, well, I'm part of FSW, Future Stars of Wrestling, and then also Big Valley Wrestling. It's a smaller promotion, but I'm wrestling in a tag match on Easter Sunday for Big Valley Wrestling. So this will be one of my first few, or maybe my second match since the kidney live event. And then Future Stars of Wrestling, we're playing around with other stuff. I just won Bombshell of the Year. So
Congratulations.
thank you. But yeah, so those are the two I work with, and then I travel a lot for customs and stuff like that.
Now, after the kidney and the donation and everything, how hard has it been for you to be? Do you still feel 100% or not yet, or?
I feel fine. I think I'm more like the scars are kind of ugly, and sometimes like I think that's part of the reason why I'm working out a lot, to flatten out, like you can't see below the bikini, but there's like a large like cut because I had some complications.
Come on, Allie, give us a sneak peek.
No, actually it's on
yeah, I'm just kidding.
on my website. You can see it. So.
He's gonna log on right now.
You know what? You know what? I'll tell you something right now. I tried friending you on Facebook. You never accepted me there.
I don't even, please. That Facebook is insane. I just pick whoever's like the first couple in there, and I say, yeah, you.
Yeah, that's right. I'm back to bottom feeding on that one. So.
I will go find you.
I'm totally
She's gonna go find you. You see?
And I will be your friend. It's not anything personal.
That's what Chucky said. I'm your friend to the end.
Yeah. Now, you said you were not at 100%, but I mean you're at 100%, and you've been working out. But let me ask you something else now. And not to get too personal, but
you are.
Yeah, pretty much. We know with Tito, was it hard to stay in shape? I mean, did you try hard to stay in shape when you would come out with Tito, or was that pressure there?
When I broke up with him, or when I was with him?
No, when you were with him, maybe like doing shows together and stuff like that. Because he's in great shape too. I mean, so was there pressure for you to kind of be in a better shape, or?
Well, I always actually. He probably, I don't know if he'd admit this or not, but it's true. His diet was so bad, and it's bad now too, because I know. But I used to cook a lot for us and meal prep for us, so I know that he was looking a little bit more chiseled when he was with me, but whatever. But yeah, it's intimidating because we're both around girls all the time, and some of these girls, I mean, Nicole Savoy, look at the body on her, she's amazing, like. And I'm like, oh, I just have to like act like what I'm doing is what I want to do. Like, yeah, my curves, that's how I wanted it, like that. Cellulite, yep, totally purposely have that, But no, it's anybody you're with. It's gonna be these girls, especially in Vegas. The girls here are so gorgeous. You gotta just know what you do and just be okay with it.
Now I saw. Are you still part of the Lingerie Fighting Championship organization? How's that going?
That's really good. I mean, they haven't had a show yet since the last one, but they're working on a ton of stuff. They just, I mean, a lot of really cool things. We were actually my picture wasn't, but the write-up was in Playboy. In another country, Playboy for another country. So this organization, people say what they want, but it's got a lot of like interest by men and people. It's funny because it's an interesting thing. I have rumors that I might be going up against the champ at the next event, so. Maybe my first belt ever might be with an MMA group as opposed to wrestling.
Oh.
We'll see.
Now, do you want to tell everybody pretty much what lingerie fighting is, or the fighting championship is?
It's MMA in lingerie. That's basically. They have a football league, the same kind of thing, but it's just sexy MMA.
Now, Speaking of a little lingerie, which way is the camera looking at us?
It's looking.
Is it right in the middle?
Yeah.
I want to show her something. This is the last time that, well, before after the Pacific, I took this photo. Do you remember this?
I can barely see it.
How about now? Is it too much?
Oh my gosh, that's so old. You know, that show, me and Tito, we got really drunk at that show, so I don't remember a lot.
Well, I remember partial of it, but we had a good time because we had the punk show. It was a gallery, and it was a lucha thing, and Santino's was a big factor of it, of course. But he was a punk rock at the end. It was like a concert going on, and I remember her and Sylvia and what's the other young girl's name?
Lucky.
Lucky, yeah, Lucky O'Shea.
Mhm.
Yeah, Lucky O'Shea, or I always say Lucky Star for some reason. I don't know why. I got it all backwards.
Anyway, I'm not a fan.
Anyways, I remember how you girls were being all, having a good time, and then they were going inside of the gallery. My son was one of the artists there, and you guys were just posing left and right. We were just having a good time, but everybody did. A few of us, they got a little shit face out there. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, that's a really fun show because it's like the atmosphere is just party. Like we have music and alcohol. I mean, there's a couple we've done it with them, and then I think they have another one coming up this weekend. Lucha Girls is doing oil wrestling, and I wanted to be a part of it, but I'm here. So
now you've done Lucha Girls for a while, haven't you? Because I remember Sylvia will put some stuff up on Facebook, but of course some of it will be private. But I will see some, matches you will be involved in. It's pretty intense stuff there.
Yeah, one of my first few matches was actually with Tito, and
of course.
There's a match like when, oh my gosh, he didn't know how to do custom wrestling very well, so he went full out like a real match on me. Just told me I took I think pile drivers, all these crazy things. I had this big welt. I was like, after they filmed, I was like, what are you doing? Why'd you totally beat me up right now? He's like, I was just, is that not what I was supposed to do? I'm like, you don't. I was like, this is just super working right now. You don't need to throw me around, you freak. So he's toned down a little bit. I'm like, goodness gracious, bud. I mean, he gave me everything in the book. Every crazy move you can think of. You watch him wrestle these guys. Oh yeah, I took it chops. These forearms, those scary forearms. Yeah, thanks, bud. And he liked it at the time.
Yeah, he's a big gorilla. He just wanted to show off his strength.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the strength.
Yeah, he's a beast. I'm in the ring with him. He's a beast.
Let me ask you, because we did have a question regarding Lucha Girls. What exactly is Lucha Girls? Which was what question that we were submitted on the Facebook.
So I mean, I work for a few different custom companies, and they're all the same. Basically, you get to be the booker. So, if you want to see a specific match, some of the companies I work with use a lot of pro girls. Some of them use, they kind of go towards what you're looking for. So one of the companies I work for does, a lot of big names, and sometimes in your area there's not a promoter that's going to book that match. So I've gotten to work a lot of really cool chicks that I would never get to wrestle normally, like Barbie Hayden. I've never had a match with her, but I got to work with her over on the East Coast. I've worked with Christina Von Eerie, just girls we never get on the West Coast. Well, we get Christina Von Eerie, but I'm trying to think of somebody else, like a girl, Kelly Klein. She's in Ring of Honor. Who became one of my really good friends. Just a laundry list of chicks that you never get those opportunities to work with so many people. So people get to be the booker and decide who wins, just basically you're coming up with your own show. Sometimes people have a little bit more, risque things that they like, but it just depends what you're going for. So for me, with Lucha Girls, I usually just do bikini and pro matches. Joey and I had a bunch of cool matches yesterday where we just really wrestled, and it was just, I wore a bikini, but I got to, it's training for me, especially with someone like Joey Chaos. A lot of guys want to wrestle him, and I get the chance to get in the ring and chain with him for, do a 10-minute match with the guy, and I learn every time I'm doing these things.
Can I sign up to wrestle?
I think that's called something
You won't last.
No, you wouldn't.
No, I don't want to wrestle because then I'll be put on blast.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
I'm just kidding with you.
I just that he might grow a little popper. And that'd be scary.
What he was saying before this whole thing came up was naughty. He was being really bad. He was saying really naughty things about other people, and I was like, you know what? You need to shut your mouth, kid. And so that's why.
Was this dated?
No, not me.
Oh.
No. This situation.
Yeah,
the little
the
one I went.
Needle dick. We'll just go with that.
Needle dick. Ah. I'll tell you, just for the fans out there, can you stand up so that way everybody can see how you look from head to toe?
Okay, I'm in my room.
I could tell.
I was wear no pants at all, but I thought something like this might come up, so.
I'll close my eyes.
Oh my goodness, she looks in great shape. Look at her legs.
Stop it.
Bravo.
Yeah, I have my eyes closed.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Now, being in the sport and being so attractive, is it hard to maybe find a boyfriend that's not jealous?
I don't even think it's jealousy. I think that I've had 2 boyfriends in wrestling, and
how many wrestlers try to hit up on you?
You know what the drill is? They'll see me at a show, and then I get a Facebook message later. Oh, hey, it's nice meeting you. So.
Or they try to add you as a friend?
They usually are already friends or like whatever, but I can't have any more friends on my Facebook, so I don't know.
Oh, excuse me.
It's yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But, no, it's difficult because I've been trying to date like non-wrestlers, and then in the real world I'm like just average girl, and then like in wrestling it's like people actually like wow, that's her, she's cool, and then so it's like to find a happy medium. It's like right now I'm just meh, whatever.
Well, just for a record, I'm going to take this cue from Donald Trump. Never consider yourself average, all right? Remember that. You're the freaking bomb. You're gorgeous. So keep up, and you will find that unique individual. He's out there somewhere. He could be in L.A.
He could be sitting right here in a blue shirt. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding, I swear.
I've been thinking about doing a dating show, so if you guys want to come up with like who wants to have a date with Allie, we can do that.
Hey, that'd be a great idea.
Kind of like a little dating game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't.
Is there like an age limit?
I'm a little afraid, actually, now that I said that. I'm like, wait a minute.
You might get a couple of 17-year-olds.
I know, right? You might get a couple of young little
perverts trying to get a date. Maybe a prom date would be nice, though.
Well, whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So there's that whole trend, thing.
Yeah. Who was your favorite wrestler growing up, or female or male?
Growing up, well, I had a crush on Bret Hart.
Really?
Yeah, at 13, I really believed I was gonna marry him. I don't know why, but I was like, oh, that's my husband. I'm gonna marry him. So I liked him for a long time, and then I liked Shawn Michaels. But after getting into wrestling, I really just look at that guy. He's crazy good. Like everything he did. Like, I mean, he's just awesome. He's fun to watch. So I would say Mr. Perfect.
Now, what outside of wrestling? What do you like doing besides wrestling, of course?
I'm kind of a workaholic. Like I always am busy, and so usually if I'm not working, I stay busy doing something like my website stuff. I like photo editing. I like editing, period. So I do a lot of that stuff, and then I gym and yoga. There's not much more after that that I can do. I find myself quite busy, so.
Well, where can we see you next?
Live event. I'll be in Las Vegas at Big Valley Wrestling Easter Sunday, and then most of the FSW shows out here. So if you find Future Stars of Wrestling, I'll be there.
Now, there's a couple questions we had on Facebook. Another question we had on Facebook, which was, are you currently single?
Yes, I am.
Oh, they have a chance now. They have
She's
a
on the
chance.
market.
She's on the market.
On the market.
Do you keep up with the current wrestling scene?
Somewhat. I mean, I get on my Facebook when I'm bored, and I just scroll and see whatever like the latest news is. But nah. And then as for like WWE, oh man, I wish I could watch NXT. I want to because I have some friends who are there. You know, it's nice to see people actually making it. So if I had the time, I would. But you know,
Where, I mean, besides now, I mean, you've done, it seems like you've done a lot. I mean, just a short amount of time. And do you prefer being a valet, or do you like being in the ring, or?
I think I like valeting. I like everything, to be honest. I'm actually getting this new gig, but I can't say anything about it, but refereeing, sexy ref, which is so fun too, because it's going back to like what I do. And you know, realistically, you spend more time in front of the crowd that way. And so, you know, it's a good gig. And then I like valeting because working with Hollywood, Championship Wrestling from Hollywood as Kylie Sutton was so fun to me. I mean, I did.
That's right. I remember that.
Yeah, it was such a really exciting time, and I wish I could go back. You know, we'll see what happens someday, maybe. But you know, valeting is kind of like what I kind of do more now than anything because of the wrestling thing. I won't wrestle as much, and I won't wrestle smaller shows just because it's dangerous for me. So, you know,
And how is your brother doing now since
he's
the transplant?
he's good with the kidney, but in that time period, he was actually he became blind from that, so he's legally blind now.
Yeah, diabetes, man, it's a bitch.
Yeah, it is, and I always want to tell people that have like type 2, like it's not something because I've seen people be like, oh well, now I have diabetes, but you take it too lightly. It's not. I mean, let this be like an example of what could happen to you. You know.
Yeah, it's sad that people don't take it as seriously. I think as even we don't take it as seriously as other.
No, because if you're young, it could come at any age. It could come, you know, it all starts off by your, like you could be born with it, or you can also, if you're extremely overweight, you know. So
Yeah.
that's part of it. You know, if you don't exercise, you don't be careful what you eat. You know, heart disease #1, cholesterol, then hello, the diabetes.
Yeah. It starts all coming to you, like everything. Once you get one, you start getting them all.
Mm-hmm.
Do you still maybe be a kind of like a spokesperson for it now that you know you have a brother that has it and you donated a kidney to him? Do you feel like it's your not like a responsibility, but do you feel like you want to bring more awareness to it?
Definitely. I've worked with JDRF, which is juvenile diabetes, multiple times on events before. I just like right now it's just too much for me to get out there, but they've come to events and we worked together a few times. I've done a lot of like things like that. We would go visit, me and some of the wrestlers here would go visit kids in the hospital who were just diagnosed. So I've done it. It's not out there. It's not like a big, we don't want to like be like, hey, guess what? Check out how nice we are. But yeah, we've done a lot of that stuff.
I'm gonna ask you a tough one here. Do you want a family? Start a family? Not with me, of course.
I think that it depends on the guy, because I can't find a guy that would be a good dad, to be honest. So hold on, can you see me?
We lost you, but we can still hear you.
I see a little picture of you standing in a desert.
Now?
Not anymore.
No, but we can hear you, so that's good.
I can see ugly David.
Yeah, I think if it's the right guy, then it'll work out for me. But as of now, I'm not really interested in having kids, or I don't really want to be married. I'm even hesitant about dating anybody at this point. So, I'm willing to go out every once in a while, but I'm pretty busy, and I like being busy.
Well, you're young and you got a lot going on, so fulfill that first before you settle down.
Definitely.
I was going to ask you, What would you be doing right now if you won't be wrestling?
I have no idea. I don't know. That's an interesting question because I probably would be like, I don't know. I have no idea. Probably
So there's a lot of people like that too.
probably like a yoga instructor because I really was going through that and I thought about just dropping wrestling and doing something like that instead for a bit and whatever.
Let me ask you something because you mentioned yoga. Have you been doing yoga for a while?
Oh, I don't even do it that right now. Like I just can't fit it in, but I'm trying. I'm trying to get there. I have a buddy, and if you follow any of Vegas wrestling, his wrestling name is Thomas Day. So he does a yoga gimmick, and it's so great. Like if you guys have got to watch this guy. He actually trained me, whatever that means, but he is so great at this gimmick because he's such a real life hippie yoga guy. Like he really is a yoga instructor, but he makes it into wrestling. So he's like an evil hippie yoga guy. I mean, it's great. But yeah, I mean, he's always trying to get me to come to his class, and I cannot because I mean, the time if they had one at like midnight, I'd go because then I could fit it in. But I'm busy.
The reason why I ask because like I work at a health club and I deal with a lot of yoga instructors and Pilates and group exercise from cycling, but the yoga people I mean, there's only a few percentage that are pretty cool, and some they act like freaking gurus and they're acting strange.
Yeah.
and I, that's why I wonder if you go into that little strange mode.
No, I'm
Okay,
like
good.
that's why I like my buddy's gimmick because
I was about to say I was going to be a complete turnoff. You're not going to get married for a long time.
No, I actually
That was a
go
joke.
in and talk to anybody. I hate it. I'm like, please just, I want to go in, not talk to anybody. One time I went to a class and the guru guy like lectured me on why I didn't have a good attitude when I was in there. But I was like, I'm here to relax and you are stressing me out even more.
Should have chopped his ass.
I wanted to. Giving him dirty looks, I was like, do not single me out in a class, sir. Rude.
Would you? This is gonna be a little perverted question, I guess. But would you have ever posed for like? Because she's hot. I mean, well, a good-looking young lady. Would you have ever considered like posing for like a Playboy or something?
Maybe, yeah, if it was tasteful. And I'm not really, I wouldn't show any of my bottom half, but I'm not opposed to like the top stuff. I'm kind of a hippie a little bit where I'm like open to everything.
Right.
I'll make a decision whether I like whether I'll do it or not, but I've yeah, probably, to be honest, I probably would. Why not?
Have you taken? Now you said you've dated a couple of non-wrestlers. Have you taken any of them to a wrestling show? Or have they seen you in a wrestling show?
Or did they get intimidated? Or they ever ask you, "Oh, can you put me in this move or anything like that?"
Well, I haven't been wrestling that much, so no, and I've only been single. Well, I have been single for some time, but I haven't really started dating. So no, no one's really come. I have had no. Let's just go with no.
Okay, let me ask you. Let's go back to wrestling for a second. Who are the girls that you wrestle with? I know you wrestle with Sylvia, and what's her name? Lucky. Who are the other girls have you wrestled before?
In customs or in
In customs, yeah.
Well,
I should have made that clear in customs. Go ahead.
We're a lot of girls that are from all over. So Kelly Klein, I've had matches with her. Solo Darling, are you familiar with her?
The name rings the bell.
She's super cute. She has this like fun gimmick where she gets powered up by candy.
Yes, now I know who it is.
Yeah, I love it. I've gotten to wrestle. Let's see. Well, Christina Von Eerie was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. Barbie Hayden, who I love, like such a really cool chick. I don't know. I'm trying to like name drop right now, and it's hard to think when I've done a lot of matches with people. I don't know if you remember April Hunter.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes. I love her. She's really sweet too. She was funny because when we were doing a shoot, she's like me, but I'm not like a vet, so I don't say things like her. But I always want Starbucks, and Starbucks is my stuff. Like I love it. Typical white girl, But the guy out there is always going to Dunkin' Donuts, and she's like, no, I need Starbucks. And so we always, whenever she's around, we go to Starbucks. So I'm really excited when she's there on the shoots. I don't know. I can't remember. I know Santana Garrett. We've had matches.
She's a hottie as well.
Yeah, she's great. She's so entertaining to watch. I like her a lot. Amber O'Neil, I've worked with her a little bit. Yeah, I can't think of anybody else custom wise.
Is there anybody that you haven't wrestled either custom or non-custom that you would like to be in the ring with, maybe at least once?
I would have liked to have had a match with Santana Garrett, a live match, because when I first started, I always liked her and Buggy Nova. I never got to wrestle her, and that was a shame because when I first started, these were like Buggy Nova was super popular, and then I always looked up to her, because she was sexy with like a little goth action, but she was like real cute still, she had like some sex appeal. So I am a little disappointed that she no longer wrestles. I tried to talk her into it one time, like, hey, just get in for a little bit, but
Now, what made you get into the custom wrestling?
It was with New England Female Wrestling. The promoter just sent me an email and said, hey, we are wrestling with these girls, and I saw the girls that were on the card, and I was like, wow. I mean, he's had Eva Lise, I mean, a lot of people, some girls from Lucha Underground, a couple of different girls from Lucha Underground, where they have their own private show, or custom shoot together. He's had a lot of really good names of girls on the indie scene that aren't signed wrestling. So it's kind of like enticing, like, oh wow, but it's not what everyone always thinks it is. It's just girls doing a match.
Right.
Just there's no crowd.
How far do you want to take professional wrestling?
I'm just doing whatever. I take it day by day. Whatever happens, happens.
I hear you.
That's it.
That's funny because there's times you give it 100%. When you're full blown, like you want to give it all you got, and there comes that time that okay, I want to take a break for a while. You take like a good 6 months off, and then you go back into it again. It's like you can go off and on whenever as much time you want.
Yeah.
Until you get majorly hurt, and then you be like, okay, I think I'm going to quit, and then you come back again.
I see that a lot.
Yeah.
If like the opportunity, of course, came to take maybe if WWE or Lucha Underground came knocking on your door tomorrow and asked you, hey, we have something for you, would you take it, or are you pretty happy where you are now?
I would totally take it.
Of course you would.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm. They said the opportunity comes knocking at the door once, you better answer it. Because I won't answer it again.
Have you had any matches with any of the, besides this battle royal here in Huntington Park, about a year or two ago?
About a year and a half.
Have you stepped into the ring with any of the guys at a AWS show or something?
Yeah, I did a couple of the AWS shows. I've done the women's show. I did a where I was tagging with BC Killer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've done a few of those. I did the 5-on-5 AWS women's versus men's match. Done a few things with Bart and AWS.
What's your biggest highlight for you so far in your career? What's for you that stands out the most?
Being in a ring with the Butcher at a battle royal.
Yes, that.
Okay.
I'd have to say doing the extra work for WWE, because even though it wasn't like an official tryout, and I know like the guys said on your thing, like that's not being a tryout. I got to wrestle twice in front of some of the people I watched when I was young. Like that's crazy for me. Like Goldust and William Regal are telling me, actually said that I should be a heel as opposed to a face, but and then he's like, these people should be booking you as a heel. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, but nobody listens. So, but listening to them, and I mean, that was just really cool getting to hear what WWE is looking for, and just listening to the knowledge and being around these people that I watched when I was young is it was just insane. And it was really just good enough for me to do the one thing. And I'm like, cool, I feel really satisfied with my wrestling.
Tell me, how did that WWE tryout come about? Or non-tryout for those that don't consider it a tryout?
Yeah, it wasn't a tryout.
It's a freaking tryout, dude. I mean, if it's not involved, it's like an audition. If you're gonna go audition or go for a tryout, it's legit.
Yeah.
It's serious.
Well, here's the thing: if they like you, if you do well in these little practice matches, they're probably going to keep an eye on you, and you know, whatever. So
Right.
it's not a bad thing, and in some ways, it's like a small form of a tryout. Maybe they're not looking at you too closely, but I got that actually because Nikki, the New York Knockout, didn't want it. She referred me to the person that asked her and said, "Hey, I need girls," and she's like, "Well, I'm not really interested. I know this girl in Vegas. You may want to talk to her." And so I got to do it, and I was
Crazy Nikki, she rejected it?
Well, I don't know if she rejected it. She just, for whatever reason, couldn't do it or just didn't do it. I know that because she couldn't, I got to.
Hey. So was it nerve-wracking? I mean, I'm pretty sure it was, but how nerve-wracking was it?
Yeah, Ric Flair walks by me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, hi, whoa, this is weird. Seth Rollins walked by and told us that we were all good-looking girls. I was like, oh, what? Stop it. And then, like, Stephanie goes by. I'm like, oh, hi, hey, what's up? And then, like, as time went on, it's just like you can't act like a weirdo for sure, and I don't do that. But like in my head, I'm all, oh my gosh, hey. And then you get to kind of see like how people really are, as opposed to what they are on like the screen. So
Right.
it's cool.
If you could go back in time, is there anything that you would change, whether it's in wrestling or not outside of wrestling?
No, I would do everything. I probably would have tried hard at training a little bit more, knowing that like now women's wrestling requires a lot more of actual skill set. But whatever. I'm old, so I don't really care.
Did you see that video of before Butcher comments? Because I'm sure he's gonna have a comment on it. But did you see that video this past weekend of Ray's throwing that girl into the chair?
Yeah, what's
Mhm.
up?
Suplex thing. Did you Yeah. What's your opinion on that?
I think it's dangerous, and I also think you're probably not getting paid enough to be doing that stuff. But you know, I'm not going to wrestle someone like that because that's definitely not. I mean, I just don't think it's worth it. And if it's for WWE or somebody like that, sure. But I've noticed a lot of girls right now are doing crazy stuff, light bulbs in your head and this and that. It's like, but that's not me. I can't judge people because they don't like. Nobody likes what I do. So, you know, you want to do light bulbs in your head? Cool. I'm gonna wrestle in my bra and panties. So, to each his own, I guess.
I'll stick with the brown panties.
See, that's how most men are. I don't know any guys that are asking for light bulbs in females' heads, but that's just me.
No, I just saw that. I just saw that footage. I mean, Ruby Race. I mean, she's a badass, no matter what. But I mean, you're just a limit, you know. Just like as you said, you know, the pay and everything, and or just to get a pop, you know, still that's a neck.
That's scary because if
freaking
that
neck
went wrong,
paralyzed.
like thank goodness it didn't. But if it went wrong, why would you even risk that at this point? You know, I don't even know what show that was at because no one's focused on the show. Like they're not even, girls are not doing that in WWE right now. Like why would you do that on the indies when you're getting paid maybe $20? I don't know. It's just
just for a record, Ruby, we're not knocking on you. We just want to know why. That's all.
Well, you know, there might be more behind it on why she did the move than maybe what we've been told. I'm pretty sure.
No, I don't know. I try to stay. I mean, I got enough enemies already. I got no, you know.
Have you done anything? I mean, have they asked you to do anything, maybe in a ring or anything that you didn't feel comfortable doing?
No, but I did do a bull rope match with Mariah Moreno, and that was fun. That was the most hardcore I've ever done, but you know, it's not really that hardcore. But she's fun too, so the whole thing was interesting. But
Mariah's back now. You heard about that?
What's that?
Mariah's actually looks like she's making a comeback.
He or she?
She.
Gee.
He?
Yay! I'm glad. I learned a lot from her.
I don't know. Yeah. So she's back. It's all right. It's all good. Trust me. Calls me chicken with
Did you hear the awkward silence?
Everybody says all quiet about it.
Oh, of course. So
right.
you know what? I'm gonna play a little game here with you, Miss Parker.
Miss Parker.
That just brought up. Have you seen the movie Friday?
Yeah.
That's what I just thought of. Hey, Miss Parker. We're gonna play a little game here, and which we did with Ray Rosas. And what we do is we visit a Wikipedia page.
Looking at Ray Rosa, kind of looks like him, doesn't it?
Just,
you know, with the beard and long hair.
And we're gonna ask you if it's fact or fiction.
Ooh, wow, good. Hopefully it's old school stuff, because
Well, we're gonna ask you. It's your Wikipedia page.
Oh, gotcha.
All right.
We'll see how accurate it is.
Yeah, we want to see how accurate they are on your Wikipedia page.
I didn't even know I had one. How exciting!
Yeah, this is so people, if you want to check it out, it is on prowrestling.wikia.com, and this is about Miss Allie Parker. So I'm going to ask you. You say fact, fiction, and if you want to elaborate on it, go ahead. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So ring names are Allie Parker and Kylie. I'm gonna try to pronounce it right. Sutton.
Yes. Fact.
All right. Born December 21st.
Fact.
All right.
Let me say a year.
Trainers: Ryan Taylor, Allison Danger, Eccentric Lion.
Fact.
Oh, so far so good. Debut: February 2010.
That is not true. It was in October.
Oh.
2010.
Well, so far Wikipedia's okay.
Some stalkers screwing up already.
Okay, it says you were born December 1st and you are a professional wrestler of, here we go, German and Cherokee Native American descent.
Yes, how do people know this stuff?
Isn't it scary?
It must be
you know
like
what?
my ex-boyfriend's.
Hey, I think you got whole Illuminati behind your ass right there.
What the heck?
And you wrestlers managed Ian W. Sutton.
Mm-hmm. He retired, bastard.
Is that yes? Is that the only one? Yeah.
That's the only one. Do you want to name others that you've managed?
Well, I valeted Tito Escondido a few times.
Tito.
Yeah, that's it. I've worn a mask for a couple.
That
so
hater.
Can't really say that. Yeah, super hater over there.
Super hater. Meathead.
So far, your Wikipedia was pretty much correct.
Yeah.
To thank that stalker.
Who is that?
No.
Once again, if you want to check it out, it's on prowrestling.wikia.com.
Oh, wait a second. You forgot that? They even got the size of her bra. I'm just kidding.
Stop it.
It has your height and weight, but I don't want to touch that.
I'll tell you. I don't care. 5'4", what am I? 140.
Well, here. Okay. Well, this one is.
You got the 5'4".
Here they had the weight 148.
Yeah, back whenever I was doing 150 a lot.
Really? I would have. Well, I guess about one. Well, just looking today, I would have said about.
I would give her 125.
120?
125, 130.
Never. I've never even seen that number. I think my legs are too thick for that. I don't know. They're just.
They look tone to me. I mean, the camera here, but I don't know what happened. I can't see them more.
I don't know what happened.
My phone said it was low on battery, and then it I clicked.
Oh, so it's on her side. That's why we can't see her. Great job. Nice.
I thought it shows me on there now. I don't know why it doesn't show.
No, we just get your little picture. We're in the desert.
Oh yeah.
That one. Can't duplicate that.
You want to let everybody.
Thing to look at.
Butcher just can't keep his eyes off that little corner right there.
No, that's. I feel like I'm talking to her that way. Cause I don't want to look at your big mug. I'm just looking at her right there.
Anyways, are you a WWE or Lucha Underground fan? Or both?
I haven't watched a lot of Lucha Underground, but I know so many people that are on it that I want to watch it. I want to start from the beginning, though.
Mm-hmm.
But WWE, always, I grew up with it. I never even watched WCW, so a lot of that is, learning. I have to go back and watch all that. But I love WWF, WWE, and I want to watch Lucha Underground. I used to watch it with, Tito. We were what did we watch? New Japan and Hollywood, and then Lucha Underground. But things have changed.
And in WWE Divas, who would you like to wrestle?
I think Natalia, because she's just, I don't know, cool. The other girls, like, I just don't think I could keep up with them, to be honest. I think Natalia shows that she's a good worker because she can. Here's something funny, actually. Somebody recently, I just heard through the gossip that one of the girls said that I'm a terrible wrestler, but I think that it's an interesting thing you would say that, because if someone's a bad wrestler, wouldn't it be your job to either, adjust your ability? If you're such a great wrestler, you would adjust to that level that person's at to accommodate, right? And then that shows your skill set. No, I think that Natalia is someone that can do that. She's worked with everybody and knows exactly, what level they're at, and can make a match still look good. And that's why, I mean, I don't think I could hang with. I actually had a match with Bailey before she left
Really?
for NXT.
That's right. Yeah.
But that's another girl. Like, I heard in her tryout that she taught somebody and she carried the match, and that's how, and who never even wrestled, and that's why she got signed, because she can work with anybody. So if you want to go around saying people are not good wrestlers and this and that, well, maybe you should challenge yourself to become better than that and be the one who actually can carry the match and do, instead of hating on people and saying they're this and that, you could be, I don't know, make it a challenge for yourself.
Right. What about like girls like Paige? Are you a big fan of hers? Because I'm a big fan of Paige.
Yeah, I like her a lot. I think that, she did custom wrestling as well.
Mm-hmm.
But she's cool. You know what I like about her is she doesn't just do goth; she does sexy goth, and that's the funny thing. Like, a lot of girls right now are doing on the indie scene, they're doing like the Hot Topic face paint, dark, like but they don't. I don't think WWE needs another one of those. Paige is sexy. She's young. She's cute. They got their one dark girl that they need. They don't need another one. So if your goal is WWE, then I would adjust yourself to be different from what everyone else is doing. Um, I don't know.
I just, I'm just a huge fan of hers because she came out on. It's not Jimmy Kimmel. What's the other guy's name? The one that does the impersonations late night.
Conan O'Brien?
No, the other guy, the younger one. He was the Saturday Night Live.
Oh, Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon. She was a guest at Jimmy Fallon, and Jimmy asked her, "What? When did you start wrestling?" And she says, "Since day one, because I guess her mom, she was in the ring, and she didn't know that she was pregnant, and she's like taking all these bumps and everything during training, and then she didn't feel good, and the next day she found that she was pregnant. She was doing all this wrestling training while Paige was in her stomach."
That's cool.
Right?
See, there you go.
She's a natural.
Yeah, she's fun to watch too.
Yeah, totally.
So we gotta get you Lucha Underground on your TV again somehow. They're available on iTunes now, so.
I was just gonna post something because I saw someone else write something about Roku. I just bought Roku, but you can watch like Hollywood, Lucha Underground, or like a bunch of wrestling people were saying, and even stuff from like North Carolina, like the $5 wrestling show. I heard that you could do that. That's what I heard. So I was gonna tweet out and say if anyone knows how to get that stuff, I would love to figure that out, because then I could watch every wrestling thing I want to.
Well, I think it's I know Lucha Underground. You can watch it on the Roku through the Sling TV, but I'm pretty sure there's some other ways to watch all those shows together.
Cool. Well, that's perfect. If you don't have a Roku, then I sound like an ambassador for Roku, but I mean, if you're a wrestling fan and you want to watch other wrestling, then this is great.
Yeah, so make sure you guys, if you know how to get all those shows on the Roku, please message her or tweet her to let her know how.
When are you going to make your appearance back to California again? I mean, when are you going to come by and visit?
I'm there like once a month. I've been there often. It's just usually, I don't know.
Well, do us a favor. Next time when you come, just message David, message David and let us know so that way you come by and visit the store and that would take pictures and stuff like that.
I want to. I will.
No,
I would
definitely.
I've seen pictures and the store looks cool.
Thank you.
I'll probably have to buy stuff too.
We'll give you a good. We'll give you the butcher discount.
I decorate it just to let you know.
Oh, are you gonna butcher that price?
I'm gonna butcher.
Get it?
I got it. He's still thinking about it.
Yeah.
You want to let everybody know your Facebook, it's plug time. So.
Yeah. So everything you can usually find on my website, which is allieparkerwrestling.com. All my social media, like Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat is the same. It's the Allie Parker, which is TheeAllieParker. And then Facebook is facebook.com/Allie Parker Wrestling.
Yeah.
All right, there you have it. Thank you so much for joining us today on the podcast. Hope we didn't bore you too much.
No way. Thank you.
I was going to ask you, what are you going to do today?
What's that?
What are you going to do today? Just general, what are you going to do today? We're just being nosy.
Well, I already went to work. I'm in the middle of not going to work, and then I'm going to go to work again. And then I'm going to probably go to the gym.
Cool. Well, if it's too personal, is it what kind of work are you doing? If you don't have to answer that question if you don't. So.
I'm going to leave you with just what do you think people in Vegas do for work? Because that's probably what I do. Stripper. Your face.
No, because well,
you just left them tongue-tied.
Yeah.
My eye just got bigger. It's like, wow.
That was priceless. His face in the camera, like, huh? No, I'm not a stripper, but
no, I know
that's
you.
your imagination.
Yeah, I figure.
Look, now he's disappointed.
Because you know what, I went to those whorehouses, all four of them, Cherry Patch 1 and 2, and the Chicken Ranch, and where they found I didn't do anything. I just went with some friends, and they this was years ago, back in '94. You were probably not even born yet, and it was my friend came back with some souvenirs they call crabs, and that's the last time I ever been to a place. He came back with crabs.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's very disgusting, and mostly they're all nothing but truckers and guys with a lot of money.
As you can see, I'm covering my face here.
Oh, I'm just sharing a story of a real experience that happened to me, and there was four of us, but I didn't do shit. Period.
That's what. Isn't that how all stories start? My friend.
Like I said, well, whenever it stays in Vegas, well, I make sure it doesn't stay there. I have chicks out there, so yes, I was there. So.
You forget who my ex-boyfriend is. I'm used to these kind of things. I didn't do anything.
Well, Miss Allie Parker, thank you so much again for joining us today on the podcast. Like I said, I hope we didn't bore you too much and butchered in, make you feel too uncomfortable.
Nah. Allie, when was it the last time she dogged us here? She was supposed to be here.
I don't know. February.
Was it February last year you were supposed to come?
Yes, a bit ago.
What happened?
We could not get on the same schedule.
Is that what it was? Or it was your schedule? You would keep on flaking out.
It was both our schedules. Our schedules just would not match somehow.
My schedule is always ridiculous. Always.
You're
like
busy,
I said.
Yeah. So don't. But this time it worked out. It was a great podcast, in my opinion. I had a blast.
I wish you would have been here in person, but I'm glad we got to see you and talk.
I will come there, and I will visit, and we will chat again.
Yeah, just message David.
I will. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Oh, likewise.
Thank you. And for all of us here at the Wrestling Guy Podcast, we are out of here.
Bye.
Bye.